Hi, Leo. Welcome to your reading for January 2020. This is going to be for Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You may be in love with a Leo in love with you. How could you not be? I've loved many Leos in my life, and hopefully many Leos have loved me. You were intuitively guided to the channel. Something piqued your interest, or you tried to scroll by and something kept pulling you back. Just trust in it. That means there's a message here for you. And you could also have signs in a planet of Leo. So whatever brought you to the reading, welcome. We're going to go ahead and get into it. We're going to start with the Good Tarot. I've been using these all month so far. Not for everyone. While I prepare the cards, they're already pre-shuffled, by the way. Go ahead and just calm your mind by doing a little deep breathing. I'm sure that sound didn't help if you have earphones on or headphones. One more. Feel free to ask your guides for signs of confirmation, illumination over a message so you don't miss it. You know if it's for you. If you trust your intuition, you're going to know anyway. But sometimes we need help, right? Sometimes we just need a little bit more light on something. So feel free to ask for that. And let's begin. I like that we have the sun on the bottom of the deck. So we have your energy nice and strong here. I want to put a little reminder out there that, this is for January 2020. However, it's really for whenever you find it. If the message is for you, it's whenever you find it. It's when you'll need it. So don't let time stop you from listening to something that you feel guided to, okay? For those who don't know, 2020 is a universal 4 year. Feel free to look that up. It'll only serve you to know more about it. It's the year of the Emperor. We have the 3 of Swords. Leo, I don't like opening your reading with the 3 of Swords, but the good news is, and there's always something good that can be found in the dark, is it is your first card. So this tells me where you've been, not necessarily where you're going, okay? We have the 3 of Cups. So we have 3 swords and the 3 of Cups. Side by side, we have the 7 of Wands. We have the 4 of Pentacles. We have the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This King of Swords could very well be the cause, the reason why someone is feeling hurt. And then we have your Major Arcana, Strength. So I like that. It's the energy of overcoming through our own strengths, through our own wisdom. 58, 9, 10, 11. Someone may be dealing with a twin flame. And, the energy, not great around it. Look at this. Beautiful. We have the Ace of Pentacles. So no matter what was, this is making me feel pretty good about what will be. Something new wants to open up in your world. This is about your material world. It can be about your material things, or it can talk about coming into your physical world. So this isn't a, you know, we're not talking about dreams and things. I mean, we may be later, but this is just telling me this is something that comes into your world that is tangible, that I can touch. We have the Ace of Wands. Look at this. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands side by side with the Empress coming over, almost ruling these aces. So the Empress coming out. We have the Nine of Cups on the bottom of the deck with the Seven of Swords. So I feel like someone, you know, because this is the energy of not really being able to trust, right? I can't trust someone around me. I can't trust a situation. There's something within it, you know, and what am I basing it off? I'm basing it off of experience. So something that previously happened before, I fear that it will happen again. And for some of you, it could certainly be, you know, you found out someone stepped outside of the relationship, and it has taken some time, and you may still be in some of the pain, right? But let's look at this. The Nine of Cups is the underlying energy. So what this tells me is, and I know a lot of people don't like it when I say it, but I have to say what I feel. And I'm basing this on my experience of doing so many readings for so many people around the world, and we're all looking for the same thing. We have that connection. Okay, so anyway, my point was sometimes things happen in life and they're not great, right? And they cause us pain. And when we're in that pain, it doesn't make sense, right? We can't rationalize it. We can't figure out why things had to happen the way things did. But we come into the Nine of Cups after that. So the Nine of Cups is about energy of feeling good within one's own skin, within one's own life. Understanding my emotional house. This is Cups, so it talks about an emotional balance, right? This is part of what many of us are working on now, is finding that emotional balance even after the pain, even after the heartache. You know, I mean, heartache sucks. It just does. But even in the dark, there's always a light, okay? And the Nine of Cups is your light. It's you know, sometimes I'm forced into independence. And maybe I go kicking and screaming. But once I get there, maybe I start developing skills, a skill set that was underdeveloped. Maybe it brings out some talents that I was unaware of. It brings people of similar situations around me to help bring me clarity, but not just clarity, letting me know I'm not alone in this world. This is the energy of starting to really love one's life again, okay? Love oneself. Because within the Nine of Cups, I really don't need anyone else. I get to the point where my life feels great just the way it is. And if I decide to add love in after that, fine. If I don't, fine. Either way, I feel like I'm okay within this Nine of Cups energy. This is the kind of energy you do want to sit in for a little while. It's not about traveling through the Nine of Cups to get directly to the Ten of Cups, that partnership, that, you know, the family, the marriage, the moving in together, that type of thing. This is about taking the time needed to allow oneself to heal, okay, because you need it. It's showing us that you need it. So then you can rediscover you, and it is about rediscovering oneself and all that you are and all that you offer. And sometimes when you're in the Nine of Cups, what you find is you really start feeling like, I really don't need anyone else in my life. But with the 9, eventually comes the 10. And what I like, I know I'm spending a lot of time on this, but I'm just getting a lot. What I like how I'm feeling about this, because I feel if I spend the right amount of time in the 9 of Cups, again, that is about self-love. That is about learning my life, but loving my life for exactly what it is, no matter what's happening around it. It's learning the control of my emotions and not allowing things to, I get to the place, by the time I'm done in the 9 of Cups, I get to the place where other people's opinions don't weigh so heavily upon me anymore, or maybe they did in the past, right? Things that people said and did to me, I took on. It became part of my armor. This is the ability to let armor down. This is the ability, if I was driving by your house and you're in the 9 of Cups energy, your house would have the rays of the sun coming from it, right? Where everyone else might have like a dark cloud over their house, yours has the sunlight, the rays of the sun to warm you. So that's this energy, and it's learning to live within it. And it's an important part of being a human. We don't all have, sometimes there are people who've gone from relationship to relationship. But to be honest, I feel like skipping this time period in your life, I don't know. I just feel like as I travel through this 9 of Cups, it brings me so much clarity. A lot of clarity. The 9 is not about forever, right? The 9 is getting you prepared for something that is about to come to an end. And for many of you, it is that independent nature, right? So I've been in it. Now I'm prepared. I'm ready. This is about matching the energy of the 10 of Cups. So if I truly want that partnership, it's important for me to travel through the 9 of Cups, because it just makes me that much better of a partner. But not just that, it allows me to see the red flags, right? Because maybe I've worked so hard on myself that I don't want anyone to come in and just destroy that. So this takes a moment. This isn't about quickly moving through, but eventually you do move through this, and the 9 is about the reflection back. So to get to the 9 of Cups, I need to reflect back. You could look at the 8 of Cups. That is about getting my emotional house in order. I get my emotional house in order, it puts me in this 9 of Cups. Okay, let's keep going. That was a lot. But that is the underlying energy, okay? So again, we open up with the 3 of Swords. We open up with, at some time there was some pain in your life. And I do feel with the 3 of Cups right next to it, and it's very seldom I read the 3 of Cups this way, but I do feel at least the thought of someone had cheated on me in my past, because again, we open with the 3 of Swords, so this has already happened. This is not about what's going to happen. This is about the energy you find yourself in, or you have found yourself in. You may already be in the 9 of Cups, and I hope you are. But even if you're not, I know you're going through it. But nonetheless, I feel like there is the energy, and there's the 7 again. If someone didn't cheat on me, I felt like it was happening. So I felt like it was going on. I couldn't trust someone, right? Or, I'm always assuming it's the other person. This could also be you, someone else looking at you. What this tells me is the person still affects you. The person's actions are still affecting you, or your actions are affecting another. Okay, so the bottom line is someone may have cheated, but whether I know that for a fact or not, I feel like they are. They may be a little flirty. This person could have given you a hard time about it, right? I bring you what I feel like is the evidence, and you just shut it down and shut it down and shut it, not you, them. They shut it down and shut it down, and it's like, I can't get real clarity about this. And you know what I feel like? I feel like whoever this person is, I feel like they're a little immature. They're not, I don't know, fully developed. Is that the right word? Fully developed. That's what I feel like. They're not fully developed yet. Doesn't mean they can't be. Doesn't mean they won't be. I don't even know if we're supposed to care at this point, because why did I just say because? Okay, so let's just talk a little bit more about this, and then I'm going to move on, because I'm getting more information. So I feel like for some of you, chances, well, I shouldn't say marriage. You may have been married, but I feel like you're living together. Or, maybe we didn't coin it living together, but, I'm there more than I'm home, or they're at your house more than they're at home. So anyways, because I feel like there is this energy of, for some of you, you may be fighting over the home, right? Fighting over it, or even you ask someone to leave your home, like take your stuff and leave. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Got the 11 again. Okay. So, what's the advice here? I don't know if there's advice other than, letting the chips fall where they may. Sometimes we just got to clean up the mess and continue forward in our life. This is not about anywhere do I see the energy of sitting in the 3 of Swords and bringing you any benefit whatsoever. I don't. I feel like you're getting to the point, if you're still feeling that pain, of healing. But you do have to allow it, right? You have to, and what does that mean? I have to allow it. Well, if I'm praying for it, then Source asks us to be proactive in our own lives. I'm just going to give you a hint of what I do when I'm down. I go find a funny movie. I put on music that makes me want to dance. I don't put on sad love songs. I don't put on old romantic or movies, that type of thing. I go right for the comic relief. Something is going to make me laugh, because it's hard to be sad and laugh at the same time. Anyway, so it's just taking those efforts. Sometimes I feel, especially with the 3s here, it's about getting into your own creativity. Sometimes someone's going to break me down just so I can find myself. Maybe otherwise I wouldn't have found these qualities within myself. So it's about bringing them out. There's a lot more opportunity coming your way with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands to me is really the potential of living such a passionate life, right? But I got to accept that too. I've got to do that. Some of you are moving from your home, for whatever the reason. I feel like the Empress is tied to that energy a little bit. 4, 5, 6, 7. I keep seeing 7s. I did Cancer's reading and they had 3 7s, but I'm seeing like random 7s, but these 7s are popping out to me. Anyway, so the Empress feels like she's something to do with this. All right, let's bring in the clarifiers. We're going to use the Crystal Vision. Give it a couple of shuffles. I was going to say a couple shakes. That won't do us any good. One more. By the way, you have 3 3s. It's like you have a full house. 3s and 7s. If I was playing poker, I'd probably hold on this hand. Okay, well, let's not waste time. All right, so we have Justice. So I feel like some of you, have gone through some type of legal separation, a divorce. Someone may have asked you for a divorce. I kind of don't really feel that someone asked me for a divorce, but I feel more that I take the action of divorce because of what they have done. Yeah, I'm not putting the whole relationship on their lap. What I'm saying is there's a certain energy that someone had that became too much. Nobody puts Leo in a corner. And, Leo, and I know some people are going to disagree with this, but Leo can be a very loyal sign. But if you break the trust of a Leo, it's hard to earn it back. And the reason why is many times, for many of the Leos I've read for, there's usually somebody waiting in line. Or usually someone else is willing to step in where someone faltered. But yeah. We have the Three of Pentacles. So look at this. We have trip threes. We have the Two of Wands. We have the High Priestess. I feel like the High Priestess is coming out to say, be careful you're not trying to battle someone over something that really doesn't mean anything in the long run. And it's funny, I'm looking at just Three of Pentacles coming after Justice, and it feels just exactly what I just said, as someone waiting in, someone's waiting in the background. There's something in the background that you haven't observed yet, but they have observed you. There's someone's interest that, and I feel like this is someone who's kept quiet. I may have kept my feelings for you quiet because you were in another relationship. I kind of like this person because I feel this person's was respectful of, your relationship, for you. And I really feel that's the only reason why maybe someone hasn't come forward. But I see the Two of Wands immediately following that. So this tells me that they will come forward. That who's ever been admiring you, let's say, from afar, though it doesn't feel too far, though it could be across the world, I don't know. But for some of you, it's like right in your own backyard, whether that be at work or literally right in your backyard. But someone has been admiring you, and they are about to step forward. Now, when they step forward, I feel like what's going to happen is it takes you to a different place, Leo. It takes you to a place that maybe not all of you are familiar with. It takes you to, it triggers a part of you. It triggers your spirituality. It triggers your intuition. It triggers a different part of you that perhaps another lover never could. Because I feel like I'm going to a different place within this relationship. If I choose it. I don't have to choose it. And maybe even if I don't choose it now, I don't know that this goes away, because again, it's like I discover something. I could have seen this person every day from 9 to 5. Every day I could see this person, but there's something different. It's like a look in the eyes reveals it all. It's a look in the eyes or a touch of the skin. And listen, I could have looked in their eyes a million times before, but there is something different. It's almost like the universe is saying, okay, now we're going to spark the interest of these two people. But there's like a look in the eye. There's a knowing with this person. There is a feeling of safety. A feeling of trust. Now, this is initial because I feel like eventually you talk yourself out of that because of past energy, right? Unless I've sat in this Nine of Cups long enough where I have complete control over my emotional house again. So, I kept saying twin, and twin is not for everyone. I feel like this is for the majority. But for some of you, I'm wondering if this twin was before, if this twin is someone who is now coming into your life. I feel like more like coming in. I could have thought this person was the everything, but they just turned out not to be my everything. At least not at this time period. They are not my everything, even though I thought that, right? But But this is letting go of, maybe I still think that, but this is not putting it into cement, into concrete. I'm being fluid with these thoughts because I'm happy if the universe wants to change it, right? Change my mind. So, anyway, let's get back to the future. And this is Back to the Future. This is, so, I don't know. Something triggers the two of you. And I kind of like that. And then we move into that Four of Pentacles. And it's funny, I said someone could be in your own backyard. And for some reason, I'm feeling that again within the Four of Pentacles. So, I don't have to look across the world. Okay, let's keep going. You ever been with anyone and no matter what you say, it's like they don't hear you in the way you mean it, and it's just like my words get twisted and turned. No matter what the feelings I had for someone, there was like tough communication. Even if we've had great times, like there's something about it where it just felt like this, communication just got tough, right? Because I would say black and they say, nope, white. I'd say up, that down, in, out, right? It was like, the opposite. This is different. So this is someone who does get your words. This is someone, I feel like you are going to make them laugh, but they are going to make you laugh. I feel like someone is going to bring humor out pretty quickly. And they're bringing it out for a couple different reasons. They're funny, but it's, it's a nervous habit too, but still they're funny. Like, I kind of like this. Not kinda, I do. Whoever these people are for you, I'm happy. I'm happy for you. We have the Hierophant, card of Taurus. Okay, so this is just a different type of relationship. This is just a higher type of relationship. I feel like also, I'm looking at the Hierophant and I'm trying to see what messages come from it, but I feel like for a lot of you, it is about a Taurus. It is about a Taurus. And I feel like this is more about the person who's coming in. Even if I had been with this person, let's say 20 years ago, this would still be new. This would be different. I don't feel like this has anything to do with this person down here that caused the heartache. Okay, I want to make that clear. I feel like this person, it's time to go. It's, it's time for you to leave my life. At least right now, I want you to leave my life. So I can enter in that Nine of Cups energy, right? And somehow, some way, word must get around, right? Whether I change my Facebook status or whether I change my tax return, something. Something, because it's what triggers this new person. I'm saying they're new, but they have been in your life in one way or another. Okay, and what I mean by that is they could have been completely behind the scenes, where you just have no clue, or could have been like a little type of flirty action going. But there's something different. I'm telling you, it's like something is going on in the sky, and it just opens up this portal for the two of you. Let's keep going. I also feel with this King over here, this previous relationship, let's say, or, I guess it could be current. You could still be in it, but if you're in it, I don't feel you're happy in it. I feel like another scenario was about where you would live. And I feel like that became an argument. You know, maybe we argued all the time about it. You know, and I feel like what's going on is you feel intuitively guided towards maybe a new home, a new apartment, or even like redecorating or redoing a home. And I feel like you're coming up, you know, you're coming against resistance. You had been. But I feel like intuitively, you feel like you're being called to somewhere, and maybe you are. I have the Eight of Pentacles, but it's funny because it came in a reverse and it's coming over this King, and I feel like I'm done putting the work in. I'm done putting the work in now, right? I was focused on you. I was willing to put the work in. I was willing to do. I was willing to defend you, defend your actions, even though I knew better, right? And some of you, that's exactly what you're doing. You're defending someone's actions. Even though you didn't feel it. But this is about no longer wanting to put the work in, and really no longer needing to put the work in unless you choose. So I feel like we are saying goodbye to this person. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And we have the Page of Pentacles. I kind of love that. So this is seeking better. This is seeking higher. This is wanting to learn about the ways of the world, wanting to learn, you know, maybe I had an interest in wanting to learn why this person is such a flirt, but I know that's not my interest anymore, right? I feel like I'm done with you. I'm done with this person. I'm done with your actions, and I'm done living in this type of energy. I'm done. I'm seeking more for myself, right? First, you're seeking that healing. It's important, but it's also important to move through this pain. Don't allow yourself, because this is what I feel like will happen. I feel like this person may be a smooth talker, and probably maybe, you know, has a lot of charisma or charm, because I feel like, you know, they could sweet talk the pants off someone. And, you know, they use it on you too, but you, listen, you get it now. You get it. There's not a whole lot of substance behind someone's words. What was my point? I don't know. I don't know what my point was, but if it comes back, it comes back. Let's keep going. And I want to say also, when it comes up to someone who's been admiring you, some of you may have worked with someone who recently left your job also, okay? Recently transferred or something like that, or could have transferred in. This could be someone who is fairly new to your team, or yeah, just your job. We have the Four of Pentacles. Look at that. All Pentacles. Coming over the Strength card, what's this tell me? This tells me that where I need to put my effort right now is in how I make my money, is in how I will make my money, is in my creative abilities. This is where, if I concentrate on this right now, my creative abilities, bringing out those talents, how I make my money, going after maybe a career that was put on the back burner because of someone else, right? I thought I was going to have this life, and some of you may, you know, you may be this single mother now, a single father now, but that shouldn't stop you. That should actually motivate you, and I feel like that's what's happened. You're getting re-motivated to, well, become, first of all, independent, excuse me, dependent only on yourself. I feel like that's important. I feel like, I just want to say, be careful that you're not holding on to ideas and opinions so tightly that you refuse, that you don't learn, okay? So I could put 100% blame on someone of my past for causing me heartache. And, they did cause me heartache. This just talks about, be careful that I don't play the victim here, because maybe my part in it was I could have left earlier. I should have left when I saw the red flags, and I didn't. I stayed. And sometimes I just need to learn that lesson, how to end something that's not serving me anymore and not drag it through my entire life. So all it's saying is, be careful I don't hang on to any kind of ideas that puts me in a victimhood type of mentality. That won't serve you, because this is about not allowing the past to have an effect in a negative way, right? Use it to grow. Use it so next person, I know what I don't want. I know what I don't want. I know I'm going to pay attention to the red flags. The High Priestess is here. That's an intuitive message, right? That says trust your intuition. Keep your belief, right? Keep your belief in love and everything else. Don't let one person's actions destroy your love of love, if that is what it is for some of you. Six of Swords. So here in the Six of Swords, I'm willing to put down the walls. I'm willing to let go of other people's opinions and, what they may have told me. I'm no longer willing to fight. The fight's not worth it any longer. I see that. I see that. Six of Swords to me is also an intuitive call. I allow myself to start to feel what's out there for me. This is a feeling world. Not really a thinking world. I mean, it's part of it, but this is a feeling world. This is, if I can travel through my intuition, what a life I can have. If I allow my mind to overtake, it can be very limiting on me, because my mind would maybe say, stay in this fight. Keep fighting. Keep on fighting. This is about putting it down. And also, it's following the Four of Pentacles, so I feel like it's also saying, some of those beliefs that you've been hanging on to, it's time to let them go. This is about letting go. This is just about letting go. This is about saying, you know what? I'm not going to give up on life because someone hurt me. I'm not going to give up on my life because of that. It's the willingness, right? And look what happens when I do this. So, okay, I'm willing to, you want to be right, go ahead and be right. I'm going to get going. That's what this is. And look what happens as soon as I do that. It lands right on top of the Ace of Pentacles. This is a new blessing that enters your life. Maybe this ace couldn't really enter over here. It wouldn't have fit in that scenario, right? It would have gotten bounced out. Now is the time. And by the way, it's perfectly in line with also the person who has been admiring you from afar. We have the Knight of Wands. So this is kind of beautiful too, because the Knight of Wands is really coming over both of these aces. It is the Ace of Wands, that passion that gets struck with inside of me, that gets triggered. And by the way, many times we meet people in our life, and we may only meet them for a second, but they can turn our lives around. And remember, we have this power too. Sometimes it's when I am so down, somebody walks by and just, hi, I see your pain. There's just something. There's something. Anyway, I put down these swords. As soon as I put down these swords, the Ace of Pentacles shows up in my life. I grab this Ace of Pentacles, and what happens? There's a passion that enters within me. Well, it's always been there. That gets stirred. And that passion is what then will direct my life. Look at this. The Nine of Pentacles follows that. Listen, I know this for a fact too. Sometimes I'm in a relationship over here, and what it is I truly want to do over here, what it is that I truly wanted to do with my life, I have put on a back burner. I have not thought about my own creative skills. Sometimes, I become, here's the Empress, I become the mother, I become the father, and my dreams then get on the back burner. Okay, so maybe I start to bring them out again, and then now my partner doesn't agree with them. So the bottom line is all this had been put on a back burner willingly. It's what you were willing to do. But now, everything that was put on that back burner now resurfaces. These are all your blessings. These are those blessings I put in the closet. I put one under the bed for later. These are all coming back for you. And some of you, I feel like, and I get this all the time in my reading, but I have so many people who have started businesses. And I feel like this is the ability also, if I wanted to start my own business, bam, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. I'm going to take some cards underneath also. I have the Three of Wands. Moving on. Moving on up to the side. Eight of Wands. Love it. King of Cups. King of Cups is coming under the Ace of Pentacles. So for some of you, it is this King of Cups who is handing you this pentacle. And I just have to say, this is very quick energy again. This is changing. Here I have the Three of Swords. I come into this reading with a little heartache, a little, maybe a little mad, all of that. But as I leave this reading, at least if I allow myself, this is about the changing of the guard. What once where I was sad and depressed, that light has reached me, and I'm moving into the energy of optimism, of looking at my future, even though it's not all revealed to me, but I'm looking at it with a sense of optimism, a sense of belief. We had the Hierophant earlier, and that is about keeping your belief. Doesn't have to be a religious card, but it is for some. But it is about keeping one's belief. It is the higher power that is available to all of us and in all of us. So it feels, again, when I change my thoughts, when I change my mind, everything again moves quickly. Everywhere in your reading, when I do this opens up quickly. This is not about, well, you got to wait for a year. I feel like when I'm ready, I'm ready. Maybe, I shouldn't say that, because maybe I don't know if I'm ready or not. I'm ready or not, here I come. Anyway, let's get a little bit further. King of Cups can represent Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. We know it doesn't have to. What it really talks about is someone, well, it depends if they're in the upright, which they are. This is someone who comes into a potential relationship with a completely open heart. This is someone who doesn't have a lot of emotional restrictions on him, like the King of Swords may. This is someone who comes from a loving energy more often than not, right? More often than not. This is someone who I feel is giving, and but also likes to be loved too. This is someone who loves to be in love. This is someone who appreciates love. We have the Seven of Wands back out again, around the same position. We have the Page of Swords. We have the Emperor card of Aries. And we have the Ten of Wands following the Emperor. So some of you, we have the father and mother energy here. And, real quick, I feel like some of you will be walking away from your job. You're walking away from your job, but you're walking away from your job because a new opportunity has entered. For some of you, this is the ability finally to have your own business, work from home. Some of you may be, you may have worked for a company, but now you have the ability to do that same work, but to do it do it from at home. Maybe you just became like the single mother or single father, and I want to spend more time at home. So, this is the ability to do that. Of course, I feel like you have to ask. You have to let whoever know that it's what you're interested in. I also want to say that I feel like your energy is going to be changing, as in, feeling like the responsibilities of everyone fell on my shoulders. I feel like that is ending, right? Because clearly I'm ending a relationship, and within that relationship, again, like all the burdens seemed to fall on my shoulder. It seemed that I was the one who had to take care of this and take care of that and take, me. But I mean that as in me having to do it all, someone not playing their part. I feel like this is part of the arguments too. Some of you may have noticed that someone you're with is a lot like your father. Whether that be good, whether that be bad, has the characteristics that your dad did. But I'm not feeling real great about that. I'm feeling more. I mean, I can see it on both sides, but I'm feeling like I start to realize that my attraction to someone of my past, probably recent past, was due to some type of characteristic my father had, which unfortunately I then in some way had become attracted to that. I wonder what it is in our brain that makes us do that, because I know I have done that myself. Sometimes the worst characteristics of our parents that we hated growing up, that destroyed us growing up, maybe destroyed a parent, the other parent. So we just hated that. And then we find ourselves in our first serious relationship with someone just like that. So understand that. It's the clarity over that. I don't know why. There's some type of, I don't know why. I was hoping if I kept saying I don't know why that I would find out, but maybe it doesn't really matter. Anyway, so I feel like these are just little sparks of light to help you understand a little bit better. Okay. For someone, it may be the boss who's been admiring you from afar. I think I also had that in Cancer's reading. I'm not 100% sure. Just seeing if I have any Cancer. Maybe the King of Swords. King of Cups. Anyway. I just want to say I feel like with the old relationship, as I let it go, even now, again, it put me in the Three of Swords, in that heartache energy. What it's really doing is eliminating a lot of stress from my life. I will start to figure that out, right? I'll start to figure that out. And now I understand more of why the Nine of Cups is here, and the journey through the Nine of Cups. This is that journey. All right, my loves, I'm going to pick this up, and I'm going to finish with an oracle card for you. It's funny, I felt guided to pull in like half the readings, but half the readings I didn't, but I do feel guidance to pull for you, so I'm going to. I'm going to use the Mother Mary cards. It's not what they're called. They're called Mary Queen of Angels Oracle Cards by Doreen Virtue. Oh, sorry about that. One more. Family. I pray for my family and give this situation over to God for answers, support, and healing. Let's go ahead and read. Funny, after family comes father. For some of you, I just feel like just check into that. You know, just check into that real quick. There's a certain characteristics that put me with someone. Again, you know, this is not someone you're with. This is someone you were with. Anyway, just check on that. All right, let's read. Your prayers for your family have been heard. Whatever you're concerned about, God has answered. God has the answers you seek. Since worry can sometimes attract negative experiences, it's essential to give heaven any anxiety about your loved ones. Take a moment right now to breathe deeply and exhale family burden skyward to God, Mary, and the angels. As you release these cares, fill your heart with faith that in His wisdom and love, God has a wonderful plan for you and your family. Often prayers are answered in illogical ways, so please don't spend time worrying about how your solution will come about. Instead, trust in God, who cares infinitely for you and your family. Okay, and this may be why the Empress came up and the Emperor. Some of you, you know, you're moving into the single mother, single father. You may be worried about the children and, you know, what will happen within that. You know, if you come from the light, your children will be fine. If you come from the light, your children will be fine. Children, you know, we don't want to put our children through hard times. Of course we don't, ever. But they are resilient. They will bounce back. And if you keep it in the light, your chances, or the children's chances of moving through this without problems, because I feel like that's what you're worried about. Like, what kind of problems will they have later in life? Keep it in the light, and they're going to see how class handles life. And you're going to teach them some great lessons through the hardship. Because let's face it, life is the ebbs and flows, right? We have bad times. Chances are we're all going to have difficult times. And the more we can learn how to get through these times without taking them on, without making them part of our armor, the easier life becomes. So I feel like if you're worried about your children, how you can help is by keeping yourself in the light. And that keeps the light on them. All right, my loves, thank you. Thank you for a wonderful 2019, supporting me, supporting my channel, supporting my work, sharing my work. I appreciate it all. Your beautiful messages that lets me know that I'm not doing this. I'm not doing it for fun. I'm doing it to help spread the messages, to help ignite your soul is really why I do it. And thank you for allowing me to know that you receive these messages. It means everything, because really, why would I be doing it otherwise? Some people say, oh, you do it for the money. Trust me. Trust me. You know, most readers don't do it. Maybe some. I mean, probably the people who put 20 ads in their readings are doing it for the money. I am not. Though I do need money to live. Let's not confuse the two, because as donations go, you know, for an hour and a half work that I put in, I'm lucky if I get 2 donations. So they're very low, and YouTube has just, I don't know. You know, you get ahead and then, oh, we're going to clean up subscribers. All of a sudden you lose 1,000 subscribers. So it's difficult, to say the least. But it is my drive and my determination to get the messages to you that I'm just going to fight through that. Truly. So I don't even know why I brought that up. But anyway, just thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for being kind. Even if you don't like the reading, thank you for being kind. Chances are, if you didn't like the reading, you haven't made it to this point, though. So I'm going to stop talking. Leo, have a wonderful 2020. Remember, this is the year where it asks you to take on the Emperor's energy. That is using my collective wisdom. That is being someone that others can look up to. This is the energy of my wisdom helping the collective. And it is coming from the energy of love. I love you guys. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.